All right. For assignment 6.07, you are going to use information, the articles that you found in 6.06, and you are going to learn how to cite those as well as take information from those. Okay? So, again, in this English class, it's important that you do these in order because one thing builds upon the next. And if you didn't do 606, you can't do 607. Okay? All right, so let's take a look here. And we have been dealing with analyzing U.S. documents that are important to America's history. We've been looking at court cases that have been important to America as well. And we are continuing with that. All right, so you're going to look at the three different ways to cite information from research sources. Um, In Module 6, you're not turning this into a research paper, but if you were in Module 6, you would have things set up to do that, okay? And again, when you're writing a research paper, there are three different ways to present your information. You can use a direct quote, you can paraphrase, or you can use a summary statement. And we are going to take a look at those, all right? So as always, take a sneak peek at the assignment. All right. So take a look at it beforehand. So as you're going through the lesson and then listening to my video, you already know what's going to be expected of you. Okay. As usual, just to remind you that you can, if you go to print down here, and you can go save to your Google Drive and then work off the document from there. Or you can do save and it'll give you a Microsoft Word document if you prefer that. Okay, so let's see what the demands of 6.07 are. So we are going to use, again, you have three articles that you have from 6.06 where you were finding support for, you're supposed to look up something in the mid 20th century. So you're looking like, I don't know, maybe like mid 1945 to maybe 1965 maybe would be appropriate for that time frame. Important court cases, and then presidential addresses or speeches as well to show how those things had an impact on Americans. So we are going to use, some of you have probably used these before, EasyBib or Son of a Citation Machine, where you can just copy and paste your link in, possibly add additional information, and then you will have your source properly cited. It will help you as to what to put into your parenthetical or in-text citation, and it would also be what you put on your Works Cited page, okay? So very helpful. You may have used, I don't know if it's Moodle Tools or Noodle Tools or whatever it is, but to me that does something a little funky with the citation. So I would use EasyBib or Son of a Citation Machine. Okay, so we're going to take the articles that you already have, use one of these citation machines, and then for each of your three articles, you're going to write one summary statement, one direct quote, integrated direct quote, and one paraphrase statement. All right. And let's look at the worksheet here. And again, you can work directly off your Google Doc or your Microsoft Word. So the MLA citation, you're just going to copy and paste it here from whichever one, the EasyBib or whichever one you use. From that article that you found in 606, you're going to have an integrated direct quote. So you're going to take a direct quote from that article, all right, any piece that you would want to quote, but you're going to integrate it, meaning the quote is not chilling by itself. You're not just going to copy and paste the quote, all right? You're going to say, according to a New York Times 1954 article, Robert Smith stated that, okay, and then put your direct quote, okay? So at that point, you can copy and paste the direct quote in, but it needs to be introduced, all right? It makes no sense for a quote just to be chilling there by itself. It needs an introduction, okay? So make sure you do that. A summary statement, we're going to talk about all these things are addressed in your lesson as well. A summary statement is one concise sentence in your own words about what the article is about. Okay, so basically like what is the author's claim, the author's theme, the purpose. Paraphrase statement is summary statement is dealing with the entire work. Like what is the main idea of the whole piece. Your paraphrase statement is you're taking a piece of the speech or of the article, I'm sorry, of the article dealing with your court case or the article dealing with your speech, and you're going to paraphrase it. So you're going to simply put it into your own words. All right. And you are doing that for all three of your sources that you found in 606. All right. So that is a sneak peek. All right. You know that you, at this point, you're 11th graders, you know that you have to cite your sources or you're committing plagiarism. All right. So if you have a quote that you didn't say where it came from, that's plagiarism. Um, Obviously, you know plagiarism is copying and pasting something from the internet and claiming it as your own work or your own quote or your own idea. You know, that's obvious plagiarism. But even if you don't cite things correctly, that's plagiarism, even if it's unintentional, and you can still get in trouble for that. Right? So you need to make sure that you are giving credit where credit is due. Okay? So integrating quotes, again, you can't have the quote just chilling by itself. All right. So here's an example. The student explained that according to an article published by the National Archives, there's the integration. There is the introduction. Okay. Now we're having the exact quote from the text. All right. So that's exactly how to do that. Introduce it. All right. And then quote it. So many people do this. That's not correct. Okay. Again, you see that it's just chilling by itself. It makes no daggone sense. So you got to introduce it. Period comes before the quotation mark. All right. So that is for your integrated quote. A summary review is you're just taking your own words, but expressing the main idea of the whole text in one concise sentence. So this is a summary statement of Little Red Riding Hood. The details of the story show that Little Red Riding Hood was surprised by the big bad wolf who had disguised himself as Grandma. That's the gist of the story. Okay? One sentence in your own words. All right? Summarizing Little Red Riding Hood. All right? A paraphrase is you would use a piece of the text and put it in your own words. As the tale reaches its climax, Little Red Riding Hood notices the size of the ears, the nose, and the teeth of the big bad wolf, and she suddenly realizes she has been tricked. Okay? So that's a piece of the story paraphrased in this person's own words. Okay? So that is how you do that. And your works cited page. So when you have, and sometimes kids don't put this together, anything that you cite in your paragraphs has to be on your works cited page. Okay. If you have something quoted in your paper and it's not on your works cited page, or if you've got something on your works cited page, but you haven't quoted it, paraphrased it, or summarized it in your paper, then you supposedly haven't used that site. Okay, so again, it serves two purposes to do this citation. It tells us how we cite the information inside our body paragraphs. All right, and then also the citation is we're going to copy and paste that right on our works cited page, and it's done for us. Okay, so EasyBib, I'm going to go to EasyBib. Some of these are free, but sometimes they make you watch a advertisement. Hopefully nothing pops up here. I can't guarantee you though. So choose your source. So you're probably going to be doing a website. So click on that. Oh, hold on. Okay. All right. So I'm going to copy and paste my website here. I found, where is it? All right. I was looking at this 1961, which I would say is mid 20th century court case. which I thought was important. It dealt with search and seizure, and how it affects Americans today is that like the cops just can't come busting in your house. They have to have a search warrant in order to do that. So I think that's pretty huge. So um, Mapp versus Ohio. So I'm just going to go to the URL and copy it. I'm going to go to my citation page. I'm going to then do the search. Now it may ask you for more information. This is saying, is this what it is? Yes, that's what it was. And again, it might highlight more information for you to enter if you have it. Okay, so that's all looking right. I'm going to click continue. And let's see if I have to enter more information or if it's just going to give me the citation. Okay, it is asking me for more information. So what is it asking me for? Oh, okay. So it's asking me if there's another author. There isn't. Okay, it's ready. So I'm going to do complete citation. All right. So here is my citation. Let me see if I can blow that up a little bit for you. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Okay. So here's my citation. So if there is an author, the author's last name will come first. If there's not an author, it will be the title. Okay, so this is my citation, so I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put that directly into my worksheet where it asks for the citation. Okay, now on your works cited page, you would copy and paste it. So the works cited page again would come at the end of a research paper where you have used several sources. So for my works cited page at the end, I would copy and paste this directly, even with that same spacing, and I would put that on my works cited page. And then my works cited page would be alphabetized by author's last name or the title, and it would be in alphabetical order. Okay. If I'm going to write a body paragraph using this source, I would integrate my quote. James Paisley was quoted by saying, "This landmark case changed the way that police, do search and seizure." Okay. At the end of that is where I'm going to have my in-text citation. So what is the in-text citation? All right. So the in-text citation would be the author's last name in parentheses. So I would have parenthesis, Paisley, and parenthesis, period. So that's how I would cite that source within my body paragraph. Okay. But at the end for my works cited page, I would put this. Okay. So easy bib, very easy. Should not be a problem for you. Okay. So again, you need to do that with your 3 articles that you had from 6.06. All right. And again, we have already looked at the assignment, so we kind of have in mind what we need to do. So I copy that citation. I'm just going to copy and paste it, what I did in EasyBib there. I am going to have an integrated quote where I take something from that. I can use the author's name. I can use the author's name. I can use the title of the piece to introduce it. Okay, so just make sure that you introduce that. All right, summary statement using that article, 1 sentence saying what the gist of the article is. All right, in your own words, dealing with the main idea. Paraphrase, you're taking a piece of the text and putting it into your own words. And that is it. Adiba, that's all, folks.